As I mentioned earlier, a lot of the product management thinking would start with hypothesis based on what customer problem I've tried to solve. So generally, I can think of three common mistakes or any product manager would have come through their life is taking too long to launch a particular product. So basically what would happen is we would try to engage people to build everything and anything we wanted to make the product completely self-sufficient. But by the time the product is ready to be launched, what you realize is the market has already moved from point A to point B. So time matters a lot. So the time frame you build and the time taken to launch matters a lot. So you have to have a clear understanding of who is your customer segment and what are you building and by what time it has to reach or go live. Secondly, again, one common thing, as product managers, we always love products, and being in too much of love with the product, what often happens is you forget the customer requirements. So you tend to start mixing, or we tend to start mixing the customer and the product requirements together. At a certain point in time, the customer requirements will be diminished and it all becomes a product requirement, like I need this for the product because otherwise it is not complete. So always have this equation of 95% to 5%. If your product can achieve 95% of the customer ask, 5 niche area can be solved later. So it is important for you to weigh your requirements for building a good product against your product assumptions. So first and foremost thing. Thirdly, making decisions in a vacuum. So as I said, how requirements or how you have to validate your assumptions. It is also important to first bring your team together, brainstorm whether the problem you're addressing is fine, and it is also important to think critically about your user assumptions, the technical assumption, and business assumptions, which you cannot do it all in a silo. So bringing teams together and brainstorming can only give you an answer on what is the right thing and what is the right focus you can make. If I have to relate it to a problem, or probably a mistake, what I have done in my past experiences, we were building a data aggregation platform, relevant product. What we thought would solve for a customer is to have a fancy user interface where they can park certain money for them to spend at a later point in time. But very lately we realized that the need, what we thought, is not the actual need of the customer. Instead, they want a service which would eventually help them to segregate the money which is being aggregated to the product itself instead of having a different place together. So the usage front was very less. So then we have to engage in multiple customer studies to understand how they're actually using the product and how can we make it even better than what we have provided earlier.